Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it is not only Monday, it's actually Christmas morning, or Christmas Day, Christmas afternoon, Christmas evening, or maybe you guys are watching this the day of release. Either way, thank you for checking this deck out. This one's a little bit special. This is going to be our Merry Christmas build. We're going to be using Santa Claus. It's all about gift giving. It's kind of cool. It's kind of awesome. But if you guys are supposed to be spending time with family right now, maybe go ahead, pause the video, and come back later. When you have a little bit of downtime, check it out then. If you're good, let's continue, right? So we're going to start off with using the Digging for Gold skill. I just really like this one because it's just a free draw one. So the way you use this is you'll activate this during the main phase, and then once per duel, you can banish 3 cards from the graveyard to draw 1 card. You get to pick the cards that get banished. Blah, 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 blah. It's super awesome, super good. We're going to use it to offset our deck size. We are going to be playing a 23 card build this time. So first card we need is we're going to need 2 copies of Santa Claus himself. So we kind of went over this yesterday with our Speed Duel Spotlight. It is a 6-star, it's 12 by 25. You can special summon this from your hand to the opponent's field in defense mode by tripling 1 monster they control. If summoned this way, once during the end phase of this turn, you can draw 1 card. The you that draws 1 card is the you that controls this during that end phase. So again, we have a way we're going to do to get that to happen for us. Now, what is going to keep us viable until the end game? Well, Santa Claus was not the only gift we're going to be giving. We're also going to be giving out Dahlgren, the Mad Flame Kaiju, because this is awesome. This is going to be a 3K beater. It's going to be 8 stars dino. You special summon this from your hand to the opponent's field in attack mode by tributing 1 monster they control. If your opponent controls a Kaiju, so let's say you start with 2 of these, Kaiju 1, then you can go ahead and special summon 1 from your own side of the field from your hand. The only downside is here it does have to actually be in attack mode. So for everybody who thought this was going to be a really slick move where you guys were going to be able to go well, I'm going to play my Dahlgren in defense mode and then do the thing that we're going to use to get the Santa Claus. Not quite. And also, you can only control 1 Kaiju. So it says you can special summon this attack position. You can only control 1 Kaiju monster. So again, even though there are ways to try to get a second one to your side of the field, only 1 big Kaiju monster per side of the field. So that is good. Next up, the things that keep us viable. We're going to be using Apprentice Magician. It's going to help us quick thin the deck down a little bit. This is why the deck is at 23. This allows us to get into other magicians that are going to be very useful, as well as being a good shield. One of those magicians is going to be 2 copies Mage of Faith. Flip recovery spell that we've already used. Something that rhymes with creature swap, which we're obviously going to be using. Can be recurred this way and used multiple times. And hey, since we're using the Weenie Magicians, we might as well get the most bang for our buck. So again, sending over somebody who's 300, 400, or say 450. And we use the old Vindictive Magician as well. You know, we go ahead, we get the flip, we eliminate one of the opponent's monsters that way. Kaiju, the other one. Creature swap it. And then Dahlgren versus Old Vindictive Magician's actually really not fun for the opponent. Same thing, we can also get the Santa Claus to our side of the field this way in one of these big loops. And again, you want to reuse the spell card Creature Swap. So we're going to maximize. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get extra shots of this because of the Magician of Faith. So technically, this is like running 5 copies of the Creature Swap. And again, it's all about survive with little magicians, play something big to the opponent's side of the field, flip whatever you had, creature swap, and get into it. So again, it's awesome. It's going to allow us to play all the big things. It's really going to annoy the opponent. One thing that's really funny with Dahlgren, though, is since I can control 1 and you can control 1, we can use Hammer Shot. So the way that the Hammer Shot works, and again, I think we talk about this every now and again, destroy 1 attack position monster card on the field with the highest attack. Note the parentheses. It becomes my choice if the monsters are tied. And again, If we got D-Man on both sides of the field, we both have a 3,000 point dinosaur. There's no reason for me to want to choose the one on my side of the field. I just instantly mallet bop the Dahlgren also. So again, tons of cool things that you could do here with this. It's very valid. For the main deck, though, instead of running a second hammer shot, I am running a single offerings to the doomed, which is fine. It is what it is. I am going to use one Cosmic Cyclone and two Night Beams, and I already know that I'm going to hear this. Why wouldn't you just use 3 Cosmic Cyclones? I mean, if they've got 2 cards, they can activate the one you didn't target with the Night Beam to then make sure that they can respond to that one's effect and resolute. It's fine, cool. What you're telling me is you're willing to play 2 cards to get around and get your effect prematurely. So did you misplay in order to get your play off? Did I just trade my 1 spell for both of your back rows? This is Speed Duel. This isn't the advanced format. Night Beam matters a little more here, and being able to hold on to your resources a little longer should matter a little more in Speed Duel. Now, I'm not saying that by any means, like, every play that happens in that instance is going to be bad. But what I'm saying is, if you activated 2 Books of Moon, because I went to Night Beam one of your Books of Moon, so you're like, book, I'll take your monster, and then book, responding to this one to do that, and then I go, cool. I flip them both back up. It was kind of worth it for me. I'm not saying it's going to always 100% work that way for me, which is fine. It's just my own viewpoint in the way that I've seen on the tables I've played at. Like, the Night Beam weakness is not outweighed by the fact that Night Beam's good. And then my last 2 cards, I'm using 2 Walls of Disruption in the main deck. Again, this is going to clean up my 3 ofs list between the Cosmic Cyclone and these 2 copies. And again, since it's been a minute since I've used this, let's explain it. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, all attack position monsters your opponent control lose 800 per monster that they control. So again, they can lose up to 2,400, but no less than 800. Because again, something has to declare an attack. And since Total Defense Shogun is not currently in Speed Duel format, I'm not aware of any other monsters that could attack from defense. I'm sure there's a couple. List them in the comments for me. Please don't use any abbreviations. I don't understand a lot of them. But this is the main deck. I do have a side. I do have the extra that is obligatory with my builds. So guys, real quick, snapshot, screenshot, screen cap, whatever it is. Pause with the notes. You guys do what you got to do. Get this list in. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little movie magic. And we'll be right back with the rest. So just 1 second. All right. And per the new usual, we're going to go with the side deck before the extra deck. It just makes things a little easier. The first card in my side deck is my second copy of Hammer Shot. Generally speaking, this swaps out for my offerings to the Doomed. Again, the double Dahlgren play does happen quite a bit. Sometimes they're just going to have a bigger monster than you. Sometimes you're going to play into Santa Claus. It is what it is. There's a lot of things that you could do with more than one hammer shot. And it allows you to really line up better when it comes to the creature swaps sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. Next up, 2 copies Lost Wind. Again, it's when you target a face-up special summoned monster. So you negate the effects and the original attack is half. You could do this again with the double Dahlgren play instead of needing to rely on the hammer shots. And again, additionally, we're talking about playing against everything in the format, not just like that really weird mirror match, because 2 people were like, wow, Casual made a deck, let's both try it. And then you guys end up playing against each other. It is more versatile. Still 1 copy Mind Crush. I like to have at least 1 copy in my side. And then the thing that makes our extra deck go live is the Waking the Dragons. Because again, the opponent should want to hit some of the back row once they start seeing things like Wall of Disruption. So Waking the Dragon is going to set itself up as being one of those targets. And again, when this set, or if this set card in its owner's control has left the field because of an opponent's effect that is either A, destroyed it and sent it to the graveyard, or B, banished it, special summon a monster from your deck or your extra deck. And what monster would you choose from your extra deck? Well, I got Blue Eyes, we got Psyblade, Psyend, D-End, Dragoon, Ojama King, and TI's Restrict. So again, it is one of the most powerful fusion lineups. And again, I know. Every now and again, I still get these emails. I still see the comments down in the comments. Everybody goes, "How do you use cards you weren't using materials for?" Simply Waking the Dragon. It's literally one of the best cards in the game. But then again, so is anything situational. It's just, it allows you to always have, even if you only throw one copy of this in the side, it still lets your entire extra deck go live. It's another good way to play Dahlgren out of your main deck if you just wanted to beat down with that. But again, at that same point, if you're just going for the stats, you might as well go for the Blue Eyes. If you're going for the piercing and you just want to add the Psy-End. If you're looking to just pop and destroy things, use the Destiny and Dragoon in combination with the fact that we're sending those Dahlgrens over to the other side of the field, and you're going to pop it and destroy it for 3,000 damage each time you do it. So it's really only going to be like a 2-turn to win, and that's if you haven't already hit the opponent for some hit points earlier in the game. Again, I stand by this. This is a fun deck. This is meant for like a locals type level of play. I do hope that you guys have all enjoyed this. I am going to take a few days this week, and then we're going to finish the week off. I'm going to bring out those other decks that I promised you guys, and we're going to finish out this year pretty strong. So you guys enjoy your Christmas. Don't worry about doing any of the things, okay? Just go and enjoy your family while you have them, even the really annoying ones, and just Merry Christmas. You guys have a great one, okay? I'll see you guys in another few days, and then we'll get back into a regular cycle. Till then, see you later.